What if the thing your father destroyed was the only thing keeping it asleep? Thomas never believed in spirits. He believed in control, in money, in building things exactly the way he wanted them. So when he found an old shrine on the land beside his new house, he didn't hesitate. He tore it down without asking what it was or why it had been there. Nothing happened that day, but something followed them home. At first, everything looked normal. Workers moved in and out, building the pig pen under the burning sun. Sarah stayed inside, cooking, cleaning, trying to keep the house together. Their son Henry kept to himself, avoiding his father's temper. It felt like a normal life, just a little tense, just a little too quiet. Then the first crack appeared. One of the workers screamed. His hand had been sliced open by a machine, but he swore it wasn't an accident. He said something had pushed him. Thomas shut him down immediately. He didn't allow talk like that. Not in his house. Not on his land. But it didn't stop. A few days later, another worker saw a woman standing near the construction site. She wore faded blue clothes and didn't blink. When he tried to speak to her, she warned him not to build there. Then her head turned, not slowly, not naturally. It twisted all the way around. He collapsed before he could scream. Thomas was furious. He called it nonsense, lies, weak men looking for excuses. He pushed the work forward harder. And then the pig pen was finished. That was when the nights changed. The pigs started screaming. Not normal sounds. Not hunger. Not fear of animals. This was something else. It sounded like panic, like something was hurting them. Every time Thomas stepped outside, the noise stopped. The moment he went back inside, it started again. Watching. Waiting. One night, Sarah woke to a sound in the kitchen. Something was moving. Thomas was drunk, unconscious, useless. She had no choice but to check. She found Henry sitting on the floor in front of the open refrigerator. At first, she felt relief. Then she saw what he was eating. Raw meat. Blood covering his hands. His mouth dripping onto the floor. His eyes didn't look at her. They looked through her. When she called his name, he didn't answer. Something else did. A woman's voice came out of his throat. Cold, sharp, mocking. It asked her who she thought she was calling her child. Then it laughed. Henry shoved another piece of meat into his mouth, chewing slowly, never breaking eye contact. The smell of blood filled the room. Sarah tried to scream, but the sound wouldn't come. Then suddenly his body convulsed, collapsing onto the floor, shaking violently. That was the moment she knew. This wasn't illness. Something had found her son. In her panic, she heard a voice, her mother's voice, but her mother had been dead for years. The voice told her to use the leaves from the sacred tree outside. She didn't question it. She ran, grabbed the leaves, forced them into Henry's mouth. He screamed. A sound so sharp, so wrong, it didn't belong to anything human. Then silence. For a few days, everything seemed normal again. Henry spoke. He ate. He smiled. But at night, he started talking in his sleep. He described a woman chasing him, blue clothes, a twisted smile, eyes that never blinked. Doctors said it was stress, exhaustion, nothing physical. But Sarah knew better. When she prayed for help, the truth finally came. The land was never empty. There had been a shrine there, not for worship, for containment. Something had been sealed there for a long time, and Thomas had destroyed it without a second thought. Now it was free. A ritual master confirmed it. The spirit's name was Anne. She had been killed long ago, her body destroyed, her anger left behind. The shrine had kept her quiet. Without it, she had nothing holding her back. They tried to fix it. Sarah rebuilt the shrine in secret, hoping it would be enough. It wasn't. Thomas found it, and he destroyed it again. That was the moment everything broke. That night, Sarah dreamed of something crawling across the ceiling. Its body bent in ways that should not exist. Its face stretched into a smile that tore itself apart. It asked her one question. Why rebuild it, just to break it again? The next day, the ritual master warned them. This time, the spirit would not wait. He placed a temporary protection over the house, but it would not last. He told them they had to leave within 7 years, or they would all die. Thomas never made it that far. On the road, he picked up what he thought was an old woman asking for a ride. She sat quietly in the back seat. Then she spoke. She asked him if the girl from earlier looked like her. When Thomas looked back, it wasn't an old woman anymore. Her head was twisted, hanging at an impossible angle. Her mouth stretched wide into something that wasn't a smile. He lost control. The crash happened instantly. He died hours later in the hospital. But even that wasn't the end. At the funeral, his mother revealed something small, something that shouldn't have mattered. His birth date had been recorded wrong. The protection meant for him had never worked. He had never been protected at all. After that, Sarah didn't wait. She sold everything. The house, the land, the pigs. She took Henry and left. They never came back. But even now, years later, Henry still wakes up in the middle of the night. He says he can hear something breathing in the dark. Not outside the house. Right behind him.